So, got off work today. My son was supposed to have a track meet, but he was gone from school all last week because he was at a close-up trip to Washington, D.C. So he wasn't able to compete today. So I figured, what the heck? I got a little bit of time after work. It's hot out today, 84, like 20 mile an hour winds. And took the dog out for a little run. We got this dike behind our house here, if you can kind of see down there. Just kind of rainwater ditch system they have here. So on top of the dike is where I'm running. The dog, Abby, absolutely loves it out here, chasing birds and rabbits and whatnot. But we got almost a 3-mile loop if we do. It's kind of like a dog leg we'll do. And it's just good to simulate trail because of the uneven ground. And I really like that. Just something different than running the pavement around here. Since we don't have any hills, this is probably one of the best things I feel like that can kind of simulate trail running, getting ready for the Motivational. So one thing I've learned from marathon running, and come here, pup. Come here, pup. Oh, it's going after a bird. She's gone. I trained for the Mesa Marathon a few years ago, and it was a tough winter. That marathon's in February, and it was a very cold, snowy winter, icy, so I didn't run outside at all training for that. And I really paid for that because I didn't run on any roads to simulate actual conditions. And I think what I learned from running the 100 in 2021 is that I didn't run the right kind of trails. And I knew that, but it was kind of like, oh, this is what I got around. So we go out to Rolog now. I did one video out in Rolog, and that was big, finding that place out there. There's a lot of rolling hills and the gravel roads. It's just not busy out there, so we don't have to worry about any vehicles or any stopping for traffic or anything like that. So when we moved to this house last fall, this dike system we have back here, the flat on the top, it really simulates kind of that unstable surface, and just kind of that different feeling underneath your feet rather than being on pavement all the time. So I think I'll kind of use this as part of my training as well. I thought about doing incline treadmill walking tonight, but the other thing is with the Motivational, got to get used to running in the heat. Granted, it's only May, but it's 84 degrees out today. So we got to get used to running that heat eventually. Why not start now? It's supposed to be 80 this weekend. I think Lindsay and I were planning to go out to Rolog, get another, at least a 20-mile run in out there is the plan. So we'll get this little 3-mile loop done, call it a day. So I'm right out in front of my backyard here, 1.2 miles from where I started. Not too bad. All right, let's finish this run. Oh man, we had to take a little break there in the action. This field back here just full of birds and rabbits, and Abby just got in there and she loves it, man, kicking up pheasants and rabbits in there. So we got a little wind today, 20 mile an hour wind, but that's all right. Get a little run going here. So this little loop that I do, there's a gravel road that crosses over this little river that's back here. There's no fish in there. My kids, they've tried fishing it a number of times, but the geese, baby geese are out. Come here, pup. So we gotta watch out for mama geese because they get pretty upset. Got a little bit of pavement here to get on. Oh, that dog is just huffing and puffing. 80 degrees and she's running her head off. A little bit of pavement here, and then we kind of loop around. There's a little bridge to get us back to the other side of this little channel. And then we'll head home. It should be close to like 2.75 miles. And God, it's just a nice day. Whew, that wind is blowing right in my face right now. This is what I love about North Dakota. We had a nice hot day like this, and of course it's got to be windy. That's all right. I can see my house from here. Abby's having a blast. It's just gonna be a good day. All right, back home. One loop. That was good enough for today. Probably would have done another one, except for I ran into the wind on the way home and it wasn't that much fun. So 2.7 miles, and I was thinking during that, next year I want to do one of those backyard ultras, you know, like the 4-something mile loop every hour. I think it'd be super cool to do that. This would be the perfect spot for that. I was like, man, we could do like every 45 minutes, start a new loop, just under 3 miles. I don't know, with the wind and the heat, that might not be a bad day of running. So kind of the takeaways. I'm supposed to go to a track meet tonight. Caden, my kid, he couldn't run because he was not in school last week. Had a little time. You know, my options were sit on the couch, do whatever, not anything productive, you know, watch TV, do whatever. I got an 8-mile run in this morning. Around town on the streets or whatever. That was great. It was a perfect morning for that. There was no wind. It was great. Got off work today. Lindsay had to take her kid to baseball, so I had nobody here. Got a few miles in on that uneven ground, which is very similar to the you know, a trail surface. So I think that's going to be a benefit. Getting some loops in out here. I put a Strava segment on there just to kind of see, you know, if I can do it fast or whatever. And I'm not worried about speed on this this loop out here at all. It's just kind of, like I said, getting some different terrain underneath my feet, getting used to the trails in a non-trail environment in Fargo. I think Sally McRae said it best too, you know, like you don't have to focus on, you know, getting that long run in. If you need to break it up to make it work out for your schedule, and you need to break it up into 2 runs in one day to get that 20 miler in, or whatever it might be, whatever, to get that run that's on your schedule, on your training plan, get it in however you can fit it in. And done is better than perfect. So I think with that mindset going into this race, that is definitely what I'm thinking, is done is better than perfect. I want to start ramping up my mileage every week too. I think this week I was right around 54, 55 miles last week. So if I can get just a little more, maybe start getting to 60, and then really start getting a few of those 70-mile weeks in, and hopefully some 80s and some quality efforts in on some hills. But man, this little loop back here I think is going to be, so if you're training for an ultra and you live in town like I do, you know, all it is flat pavement around here. Figure out a way to make it happen. This little trail system back here, the dog loves it. She gets out and gets a little run in. So all right, man, enjoy the day. Hopefully this weekend we'll make another video. Lindsay out there running, she's excited to get out and get some miles in too. So all right, gang, thanks for checking in.